Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I want to showcase this Pokemon Qwilfish that recently got buffed in the most recent move updates for Season 8. Poison Sting got a buff that makes it generate energy a little bit faster than before. So now it generates energy as fast as a Mudshot, which is one of the fastest energy generation fast move in the game currently. And with this new move, with this new update, it gets to an Aqua Tail with every 4 fast moves, which is extremely fast. And I decided to give it a try. And I'm running this Pokemon along with Umbreon in the lead, and then we have Venusaur as a finisher in the back. It's actually a very typical ABB team that I had in mind. Because both of the Pokemon in the back are weak to Psychic Pokemon, right? Basically you want to bait out a Psychic Pokemon that they might have, and then you could use your Umbreon to finish up that Psychic Pokemon, so that your Venusaur can roam free in the back. And Venusaur is a very strong finisher, especially when it has energy. It can also beat some of the Pokemon that counters Venusaur, right? So without further ado, let's get into some of the battles. Umbreon is just such a strong Pokemon. I didn't really want to run Umbreon initially, but I felt like I really needed a Pokemon that can soak up some damage, because the 2 Pokemon in the back are very, very squishy, especially Qwilfish. This Pokemon really can't tank any moves that hits for neutral. Even resisted damage can do a lot of damage to this Qwilfish. Alright, so here against Lapras, we did 2 Foul Play before their Skull Bash, which was very good. So I just swapped into my Venusaur here. I had a feeling that they wanted to stay because their defense is buffed. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're looking to stay in to do as much chip damage as they could, which is fine by me, because that means they probably don't have a good response to Venusaur. And we have a ton of energy here. So they actually come out with the Stunfisk. I think that was not the Galarian Stunfisk. So our Frenzy Plant hits for effective, super effective. So now we go for another Frenzy Plant just before they get to the Mud Bomb. And we'll see if they decide to shield. They don't shield. And then it turned out they had a Psychic Pokemon in the back, Cresselia. But as we all know, Cresselia, if they don't have Future Sight, it's not necessarily the best counter for a Venusaur, right? And our switch timer is back, so we go for Frenzy Plant and then swap back into my Umbreon. They didn't build up to a Moonblaster when they threw against my Umbreon there, so I just didn't even shield, and it was just a Grass Knot. So we were able to tank it. And here we got to a Foul Play, so I thought I might as well just shield this and force their last shield down against this Cresselia. And let's see, so they give up their last shield, and I think this game should be pretty straightforward, because now we don't have to shield. We just let this Umbreon go, and then I just come in with a Qwilfish here, because my Venusaur has almost 0 HP, right? And here I actually try to go for a catch, which was completely unnecessary. I think I just needed the Aqua Tail to finish off this Cresselia, but I just decided to go for the bigger hitting move. I had a shield anyways, so it doesn't matter what move they had. If we weren't able to catch it, I was just going to shield and get to this Sludge Wave anyways to KO this Cresselia, right? So off to a pretty good start. And next up we have Altaria. Altaria is really tough for the back Pokemon, so again, I have to stay in as the Umbreon. So I'm trying to chip down as much as I can. It depends on if they have Moonblast. If they have Moonblast and they go for Moonblast right away, so they did build up to it, this could be a Moonblast, then I think I lose in the zero shield scenario, but they actually only threw a Sky Attack, so I'm looking pretty comfortable here. This means that I can actually get to I think maybe 2 more Foul Plays before they get to the Moonblast. They actually didn't even build up to the Moonblast yet again, so I no shield the Sky Attack, and now I just go for double Foul Plays here, depending on if they want to shield. If they shield, I'm gonna swap out. If they double shield, I'm gonna swap out. If they let this go, I think I'm just gonna stay in and let whatever is in the back take me out. because even though I'm double weak to Psychic in the back, my low health Umbreon isn't going to do that much, and with shield advantage, I could, well, with the swap, I could technically have a pretty decent core matchup in the back, right? So here we shield one of the Sky attacks, and we took out their Altaria. They come in with the Jellicent. Jellicent is pretty tough for my team to handle, but my opponent knows my switch timer is not up, so they're trying to farm as much as possible with the Bubble Beams. They want to lower my attack, and then they want to farm up to almost 100, I believe. But my switch timer is almost coming back up. I could actually swap out there, but I actually want to wait for my opponent to throw a move here instead of tanking everything. Oh, actually, I tried to swap out, and that turned out to be a CMP tie, so this is very good for me. I let this go, and then I have a move stored, and I go back into my Venusaur. They have a Stunfisk in the back, which is not a counter to my Venusaur, especially when I have a shield up. So I'm just gonna build up to double frenzy here. There's still 2 Mudshots away, or 1, and then I'm just gonna throw when they get to the next rock slide, which is here. Okay, we go for this move when they get to the rock slide, so we take this out. We don't have to shield. We save a shield for this Jellicent, and we should be able to get to this frenzy plant before they get to a bait and the shadow ball. And here we go. We get this frenzy plant off, and that should be the end of this game. My opponent actually left the game, which made sense. All right. Next game. So far it's looking okay, but you guys are gonna see later on that there are some matchups that I really struggle with in the back. All right. There's some teams that I really struggle with as well. So here we're against the Politoed. Politoed is a pretty good matchup for me. I think I win this in the 0 shields, but I'm not sure if I win this in the 1 shield because they do spam really fast. And the weather balls do add up. I think they just need 4 weather balls to take me out. And I need 3 foul plays to take this Politoed out. So they go for another Shadow Ball here. This is one of the matchup where Shadow Politoed would be much better matchup for the Umbreon, because they would have to shield the second foul play. But because they're a regular Politoed, they're able to survive 2 foul plays very easily. I go for a catch on my Qwilfish, which we were able to. So we tank a not very effective Weather Ball, and I preserve my Umbreon with a move. I think close to a move. And then I swap. I go for this Aqua Tail to take out this Politoed before they get their next move off. Okay, Pelipper is extremely tough for this team, especially if they have energy, and especially if they come out using this as a response to my Qwilfish. I think this one, my opponent didn't play the best way possible, so I was able to barely take the win. But later on, every time they have a Pelipper, it's generally really tough, because the Weather Ball almost takes out my back Pokemon, and their fast moves pressure is really strong, right? So here we go for this frenzy, and my opponent does not shield. If he shielded that, I think this game could be really tough for me, because their fast move pressure is gonna beat me down a lot, and I will have to throw my charge move immediately. But I did have a shield remaining, so it was gonna be close regardless. But I think if my opponent shielded there, I think this game would be a lot tougher for me. But because my opponent didn't shield, I just have a Venusaur versus Stunfisk with 2 shields up, and there is really not much my opponent can do. They go for a move here. I'm just gonna let this go. I do have a move stored, or almost a move. I do have a move stored. Okay, so I just go for this foul play to finish off my opponent here. We still have a shield remaining, so yeah, there we go. Again, if their Pelipper shielded, I think that could be really tough for me. Alright, Beedrill. Beedrill, I think we also win this in the 0s. Umbreon is just such a strong Pokemon. It wins so many matchups in the 0 shields, so a lot of times you have to force your opponent to shield. But then again, this could be a bad way for ABB teams, because a lot of times you want to swap out aggressively, but with the Umbreon, you have such strong lead matchups. A lot of times you don't really want to swap out, right? But here, we're against Beedrill. They get off 2 X-Scissors. They actually chip me down really low here, and we get this foul play. We get a shield. I think I'm gonna swap out at some point, or I just let my I just let my Umbreon go down here. I think my thought process was that they might have a Azumarill in the back, because if they have Beedrill, they're probably weak to fire, right? So they need a water in the back, and the best water answer that I can think of is Azumarill. So I just let that go down. They have a Sableye in the back, which makes me think they have an Azumarill even more, because now they need a dark type answer, right? So I'm thinking, you know, maybe they have a Azumarill in the back. And both of my back Pokemon can handle Azumarill really, really well. Here we got a CMP tie against this Sableye. So I just let my Qwilfish go. I saved 2 shields for my Venusaur. I'm just hoping they don't have a flyer in the back, right? I do have to shield this foul play, and I'm gonna overcharge quite a bit, and my opponent just gives up. So I think either a Politoed or a Azumarill in the back, definitely something weak to Venusaur, right? Alright, here we're against a Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is extremely good. With the new poison buffs, I think Nidoqueen was definitely the Pokemon that came out on top compared to all the other poison types, because it's now a switch advantage king. It beats like everything in the 2 shields. So if you have a very polarizing core in the back, then you just have to win switch, and then you can win the game, right? So as you guys can see, I can't even win this matchup with Umbreon. Pretty much, besides Zero Shield, I'm actually not sure if I even win the Zero Shields, because they're able to tank 2 foul plays and they get off this Poison Fang. So if I didn't swap out there, I would have lost that matchup. I think I lose that matchup in low shielding scenario now that I think about it. So I go into my Qwilfish. I'm looking to farm this all the way down. I think he didn't get to an Earth Power. My counting was correct, so I let it go. It was just another Poison Fang. And this Pokemon, Pelipper, is so bad for me right now. I think maybe I should have baited here, but I did not go for the bait, and I can't get to another Sludge Wave. And yeah, this Aqua Tail is not going to do a lot of damage. So this is terrible, terrible, terrible for me. And I make a huge misplay here by going to Umbreon when I am like a couple snarls away, and I don't shield here. I should have maybe shielded here as well, but then they have 2 Weather Balls. Pelipper with loaded energy and the shield is big trouble for me right here. Because if I shielded that one time, they're gonna throw another move and then we'll have to shield again. My opponent goes for an amazing catch, which was actually their lose condition, but because if I was able to farm that down, instead of throwing my move here, I would have almost 2 moves ready. And as you guys are gonna see, they have a Abomasnow in the back. So if they didn't go for the catch, well, if the catch was unsuccessful and I was able to farm down the Nidoqueen, actually overfarmed, right? I would be able to throw 2 moves against the Abomasnow, and I would have won that game. But you know, sometimes your opponent makes aggressive play, and you don't capitalize on their potential lose condition, right? But yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize on their lose condition. Alright, so here they safe swap into Umbreon, which is actually a really tough safe swap for me, because I don't have a good answer to Umbreon. So I think my best response is trying to chip it down into a Frenzy Plane range. I want to make sure that my my charge moves are as efficient as possible, right? I don't want to KO them overcharge, right? I don't want to overkill. So here I'm gonna tangle these foul plays. That does quite a bit. I anticipate the swap because we did have desync timer, right? And I actually want to save my Venusaur here. I might make a huge misplay by not saving my Venusaur, but I think I should save my Venusaur because I think there is a chance that my opponent is weak to Venusaur in the back. So here we go for this Frenzy Plant, and my opponent actually shields her, which is okay. I think I actually shield here, and my opponent is very close to another Psycho Boost. So I'm looking to swap out. I have 2 foul plays ready. I should have farmed this all the way down. I'm not sure why I'm throwing energy here, but I guess I just wanted to preserve a little bit of health, and it does turn out they have a Azumarill in the back. So that's actually not bad for me because Azumarill does lose to Qwilfish in pretty much all shielding scenario because I'm running Poison Sting. Sludge Wave with the Poison Sting will almost take out the Azumarill, right? But they have a shield remaining, so that's where I think I actually should not have saved my Venusaur. You know, because if I have a shield here, I would be in a pretty good situation. Here we're throwing this Frenzy Plant before my opponent gets to the foul play. I want to take out this Umbreon, and then they have a Zoomer in the back which has 100 energy, so they go for an Ice Beam, and now they're back to 4 bubbles worth of energy. And this game is going to come down to the wires, I think. If they have Hydro Pump, I believe they have to go for a Hydro Pump and a Ice Beam. But if they don't have a Hydro Pump, they would have to go for 3 moves, because we're able to tank 2. And here I'm going to go for a bait of Aqua Tail. If they no shield, I'm just going to try to farm down, right? And then I'm looking to make a catch here, which I think my opponent got refunded there, which is a little bit unfortunate. I look at the timer, it's down to 9 seconds. So I'm going to go for this Aqua Tail, hoping that the timer goes down to 0 and I have more HP. But my opponent got a move off, so this is going to come down to the wire. It's going to be super close. And I think we have barely more HP percentage. We do, so we're able to win that game. Just barely. But that was extremely close. Alright. Stunfisk, Glaring Stunfisk leads. This is very interesting. What I like to do is go for 2 foul plays. Soak up all the damage. Definitely want them to throw, right? The earlier they throw, the better it is for my Pokemon in the back. I think I make a crucial mistake later on. I don't know why I overcharge over 100. I could have just gone for a double foul plays there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for 2 foul plays. And then I'm looking to swap into my Qwilfish, because after 2 foul plays, they're within range of Aqua Tail, which would be very good for me. I actually tanked 2 Earthquake, so now I go into my Qwilfish. I'm just gonna throw this Aqua Tail before they even get to the Rock Slide, just to take this out. I don't want to have to tank any moves on the Qwilfish, right? And then they have a Sableye in the back, and I was very curious what they could have in the back. If they're coming in with Sableye, could be a Venusaur, but if they had a Venusaur, I would expect a Venusaur right here instead of later on, right? And I think I should have shielded there. I should have really shielded there, because now it doesn't make sense for them to have Venusaur, right? So if I shielded there, I could potentially beat whatever is in the back. And it was a Skarmory, so I actually don't... This team is terrible against Skarmory. Skarmory is just really tough for the back one. And the only Pokemon that can beat Skarmory is Umbreon. But unless you see it in the lead, generally you're not going to line it up. And it's not even a very convincing win. It's more like a neutral matchup. So here we're against this Swampert, that's almost means 100% they have a Skarmory in the back. And this is very bad for me, because Qwilfish actually loses to this Swampert as well, so I can't really swap into my Qwilfish, because then they can just win that matchup and then have Skarmory line up against my Venusaur, right? So this is looking really bad. I have to stay in this matchup. I'm hoping to get a shield, and then somehow I can farm this down with my Venusaur, right? So I'm gonna go for this foul play. I am guessing that there's a Skarmory almost 100% of the time. When they have Swampert lead, they have a Skarmory in the back, right? So I just let this go. I'm gonna gracefully lose with the shield advantage, and then coming with Deoxys. So I think it's pretty obvious that another Pokemon is Skarmory, right? Which means I can't swap out, because if I swap out, I'm just gonna have that matchup lined up, which would be really bad. So what I'm looking to do is just take out this Deoxys, and I'm hoping that with 2 shields, my Qwilfish can handle a Skarmory who only has 1 shield. And they do have a Swampert, but it's almost out of energy. So here I'm just going to instant swap into my Qwilfish, and then this Poison Stings are doing literally 0 damage. And Aqua Tail is not a great move. So as you guys can see, it doesn't really do that much damage. And I think the Skarmory is very defense weighted in terms of IVs, and the air slashes are just chunking me right now. So I'm gonna shield this Sky Attack, and they actually try to catch. I overfarmed just a bit, but the must shot is really chunking me as well. So I'm going to try to get rid of this Swampert. And then I go for this Aqua Tail, and this game is not looking good because the Skarmory can tank 2 more Aqua Tails. I need 4 Aqua Tails here in order to take out the Skarmory. I do have a shield remaining. They're still pretty far to the next move, but I think I might just die to fast move pressure. So here I have to get to 2 more Aqua Tails after this, because they're able to tank 3 for some reason. They're able to tank 3 Aqua Tails, and this is insanity to me. I actually have one win condition here, is to save up this move and then somehow transfer that damage to my Venusaur, but that's very inconsistent. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I think I had to go for it. I had to build up to it and just try to go for the 0 turn swap, and then save that Aqua Tail for later, but I didn't see it, and we weren't able to win that game because we just got farmed down by the Skarmory, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, here we're against a Celio, Shadow Celio. This is a very, very spicy Pokemon. I played this the same way I play like Swampert matchup, because you just win the 0 shields. They have to shield once in order to win this matchup, I believe. So I let this go, whatever this is, this move is. I might play it this differently because I'm thinking that they might have a Psychic Pokemon just because they have a Celio, right? They need an answer to fighters. So I think I'm going to try to swap out after this move, or try to catch a move. Okay, I go for this Foul Play, hoping to grab a shield, or I take the lead matchup, which is also good for me. We do get a shield, so I'm going to swap into my Qwilfish to preserve my Umbreon a little bit. I'm going to tank this Body Slam, and I'm going to look into Poison Sting this Pokemon all the way down. And then they have an Umbreon of their own, which is not the greatest situation for me. I'm trying to CMP tie them, so I'm going to go for one more and hoping that this is a fake CMP tie. A lot of times I notice that I start attacking like 1 turn slower, so a lot of times I can get the full CMP tie, right? And I got taken out there, but they're out of energy, so now I come in with my Venusaur. I actually no shield this Foul Play because I know it doesn't KO, and I'm guessing that they don't have fast move pressure in the back, so now I'm just gonna overcharge quite a bit. Just when they get to the next Foul Play, I'm gonna CMP my opponent here for this Frenzy Plant. They actually shield, and they're looking to throw this Foul Play, so I'm going to shield this time, and I'm going to farm just before they get to the next one, which is 4 Vine Whips, and they just need 3 Snarls, so just 1 turn before they get to the next Foul Play would take out this Umbreon, and then they had a Medicham in the back. So this game is pretty straightforward. They can't get to 2 moves. They can't even get to 2 power-up punches because I had so much energy built up, so I just need double Frenzy Plant here in order to take out this Medicham to finish off my opponent. I still have an Umbreon in the back that doesn't have much energy, but I could always use it as a potential sacrificial swap, right? Alright, next game we are up against Umbreon versus Nidoqueen. Yet again, Nidoqueen wins this matchup in all shield scenario. So there's no way for me to win this lead matchup. I'm going to play this the same way as I always do, which is go for double Foul Plays, and then hopefully to catch a Poison Fang, which we have been able to do quite consistently because they always try to throw just before you get to the Foul Play, right? Before you get to the Foul Play, that would force them to shield. So here they go for Poison Fang. As you guys are seeing here, after the double defense fell, the poison jabs are doing so much damage. So alright, I'm going to do it for one more, and I'm going to catch this Poison Fang here, which is resisted, right? And I want to bait out, perhaps they have a Psychic Pokemon, and it's actually a Stunfisk. So I'm going to go for this Aqua Tail, which will do super effective damage, but it actually doesn't do that much. I think this game is going to be super, super close. They get off this Mud Bomb and actually one-shots me. I was debuffed, right? And Qwilfish is very frail. Alright, here we come in with Venusaur. I'm trying to farm as much as possible, but I don't want to get hit by another Mud Bomb, so I actually throw my energy here just when they get to the next Mud Bomb, and we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. My opponent shields, and now I want to preserve a little bit of health. This could be a mistake, but they have poison jab pressure, which does quite a bit of fast move damage. Here I make a huge misplay. I don't know why I'm going into my Umbreon. I had a move. I could just farm this all the way down, but somehow we got a CMP tie, which was so bad. Because now we have 0 energy, and my opponent can farm me with whatever Pokemon they have in the back very, very safely. And that's just terrible, and they farm me with Obstacle. If I just let my Pokemon go down there, I would have won this game. Because I could have farmed down the Nidoqueen instead of, on my side, I'm getting farmed down, right? Here we do have to shield this Night Slash. I'm going to throw my Frenzy Plant after 4, which is 1 turn before they get to their next Night Slash. And I'm going to try to throw my Frenzy Plant in between their attack. So I'm going to wait for the counter to go through. Alright, right there, we see the counter. We go for this Frenzy Plant. Make sure they can't catch that move. And they still have quite a little bit of HP. And we weren't able to fast move it down. And they get to a move here. And yeah, it's very, very close. Very, very good game. I make a huge misplay at the end there. But regardless, it was a very, very good game. Very well played by my opponent. Alright, here we're against a Bastiodon. This matchup is bad if they're XL. And this is definitely XL Bastiodon, but it's not fully powered up. And they snuck in the invisible Smackdown. You can't see it, but yep, it went through. And yeah, the foul plays are doing very, very minimal amount of damage. So I'm pretty sure we're going to lose this matchup, unfortunately. Umbreon is, well, Bastiodon is just such a strong Pokemon, especially when it's XL'd. This is not fully leveled up, but definitely an XL Basti, just from the pure bulk this Bastiodon has, right? We tank another Stone Edge here. I don't even think 2 more foul plays will take this out. That's extremely sad. I think this is our 4th foul play, so we get to our 5th foul play. I was really hoping this should take out this Bastiodon, right? But it actually survives, and then it survived the Snarl, and they have 1 HP, and they were able to win the lead matchup against Umbreon, which is absolutely insanity to me. But I get a little bit of energy on my Venusaur with 1 Vine Whip, and they're coming with a Medicham. They throw a 6, which is pretty smart, because I want to shield a Nice Punch, but it's actually just a Power Punch. So they might just go straight Power Punch here, or if it's Power Punch, Ice Punch, it could be pretty bad for me. So let's see how I play this. Even if they have Power Punch and Ice Punch and they double bait, they can't really outpace me, even if they double bait, because I was able to get that 1 Vine Whip energy, right? So here, I think we should be able to get to this Frenzy Plant. And this Medicham doesn't look to be a very XL Medicham. It looks like to be a like a Hundo, perhaps. And they tried to save the Medicham because they had a Victory Bell in the back. So now was barely able to get to this Sludge Bomb. They're 2 Razor Leaves away from the Leaf Blade, and we come in with our Qwilfish to get 1 fast move to take it out. Alright, here we're against a Talonflame. So there is a few things you can do here. You can throw when they get to the Brave Bird and hoping to CMP tie them right after the defense drop, right? But sometimes they go for an extra fast move, in which case it would be pretty bad for you, for this Umbreon. In this case, I'm actually glad we didn't do that, because we need this Umbreon to chip down this Ferrothorn as much as possible. For some reason, they get to 2 Bullet Seeds when I only get 1 Snarl through, which is a little bit bad. Alright, so now I come in with my Venusaur, because Venusaur has a terrible matchup against Talonflame, right? So what I'm looking to do here is overcharge. I want to get as much energy as possible before taking out this Ferrothorn, so that I can threaten the Talonflame in the back. So I'm just quite overcharging quite a bit, and now I go for this Sludge Bump. I'm not sure why they kept going for Power Whip. I guess it does a little bit more than Mirror Shots. Alright, but Mirror Shots wouldn't have KO'd me anyways, right? So here we're against Talonflame. We go for those Sludge Bombs. We throw this Frenzy Plant before the damage registers here with their Talonflame. So I'm going to swap out into my Umbreon here. And I'm just thinking if they want to Brave Bird me, that's fine. If they want to Flame Charge me, they're not going to be able to KO me. And I will get this Foul Play off. So, because if they Brave Bird me, they can take me out, but then the defense will be down, right? So now I have 2 shields, and I'm looking to farm this Talonflame all the way down with my Qwilfish here. Poison Sting does very, very little damage, unfortunately. But I'm going to shield this move up in case this was a Brave Bird. And turn out they had a Politoed in the back. I'm not sure if this Weather Ball would have KO'd anyways, but I just wanted to be safe. So I go for the Sludge Wave. There's still 3 Mushots away. I want to build up to an Aqua Tail and then try to swap, which is in 3. So we have Aqua Tail, which is exactly when they get to the Weather Ball. So we were able to catch this Weather Ball. If they didn't throw this Weather Ball, we're going to Vine Whip it down. And then we have an Aqua Tail to CMP and win this game against Talonflame anyways, right? So that was kind of like a safe play on my side to guarantee a win for this match. So yeah, that's actually all of the games. What do I think of Qwilfish? It's pretty strong. I think it's actually really good for safe swap position. But I think you could consider running Ice Beam instead of Sludge Wave, because when you go into a Qwilfish as a safe swap, they probably won't come in with a Azumarill, so you don't need the Sludge Wave for the Azumarill coverage. And then you just have Ice Beam to hit back against the Flyers and the Grass types, which could be utilized as a safe swap for Qwilfish, right? Yeah, I think it's really fun. It's really fun to play. Is it good? It's okay. It's not bad. It has its place in the meta. But if you were looking to climb up on the elo, there are definitely better options. But if you just want to try it out as a fun Pokemon, definitely give it a try. It's very fun to play with, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next video.